Fourth and Goal podcast. I'm here with my guys, Flipside, Walter Tom, and Megaton. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Glad to be back. I'm not gonna lie. It's been tough missing on the last few weeks to hop on the spaces to talk about these NFL weeks. But at a certain point, I felt like I might be jinxing my team. I felt like I was, the Niners hadn't lost yet, so I was almost like, maybe I need to stay off of it until they finally catch an L. But no, it's good to be back on, y'all.
Yeah. All right. Flip, how you been, man? Doing all right?
I'm doing good, man. Look, I'm happy whenever my team wins. And this is a winning week. A little scary, but that seems to be every game with the Chargers. But look, I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying the season. Even if my team don't make it to the playoffs, which might be the best because this defense ain't looking that great. I don't want to see another Jags debacle again.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the season. It's great. It's fun.
Yeah. Megaton. How about them? Yeah.
It's hard. I try to explain to people. It's like an abusive relationship, right?
Yeah.
You keep thinking that they're gonna do better. You're like, I'm gonna stay in there. They'll do better. And we are on a pretty serious win streak. Our loss streak. Last time we won was in October 24th of last year.
Good Lord.
So we're coming up on 365 calendar days without a Bears win. So no. Just hanging in there and watching other things.
Yeah.
I have better hobbies.
Wow. Well, there's always the Bulls that you can watch coming up for the NBA.
Yeah, but like I said, man, Chicago sports, the Cubs found a way to lose their way out of the playoffs. Like, it's a tough road right now. Mm-hmm. So we just going to hang in there and talk about these other teams.
Right. Yeah. Now for my Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know what the hell that was, but that was not Pittsburgh Steelers football. And you guys might think that I'm being pessimistic when I say this, but the Steelers right now are 2-2. But it wouldn't surprise me if we didn't win another game. It really wouldn't. Because you can't be a 90% because the thing is, if this was the NFL from the 70s, then you might be able to win with just defense. But the game and the rules have changed to where, heavily defensive teams aren't winners anymore. They don't win anymore. I mean, if you get gas, and the thing is, there's also this debate as to whether Kenny Pickett is the guy or not. You can't determine if somebody's the guy or not.
There's a debate? What?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. The reason why I say this is because this is only his fourth game in his second season. So, and then people are ready to write him off. Oh, man, he's not the guy. You would have to give him at least another year or two before I decide whether I'm ready to move on for him or not.
You know what other team gave another guy a year or two and about $40 million a year?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't think you want to ride the Kenny Pickett train right now, my guy. It's not looking good.
Yeah.
This league is like it's very quick to figure out if you got a good quarterback or not. The way the rules are set up for these guys to succeed. Mm-hmm. Like I think before, you there could be times where you could give a quarterback time to develop, and it would take some time. You'd have to get a lot of games in and everything like that. But these days, like, you can look at it, you don't need that much of a sample size to figure it out. Very, very rarely, I think, as of late, do guys like take like a year to really like bloom or blossom. Like normally, you can figure it out within like half a season, if not a little less.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
And my issue with it is, I can understand if Kenny Pickett was sitting behind like a veteran guy who he can really like watch and then kind of develop, as he goes along. Like, I mean, Jordan Love.
Yeah, like Jordan Love.
If he came in right away, he would have been just like Kenny Pickett. But he got to sit behind Aaron Rodgers for a few years, and I mean, he's still not there. I'm not gonna lie. He's still not, someone who we can look at and be like, damn, that's the next Mahomes, or damn, that's the next Herbert. But it's better than nothing, I guess. But I mean, I gotta agree with Waz. Like, you see these guys come in and they shine instantly. Like C.J. Stroud he's coming in and shining instantly.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna see that from Pickett. Not after last season. Maybe. I mean, this would have been the season to see it, and I don't think we seen it in season 3.
Yeah.
Now, is that a product of him or the pieces around him? Because obviously,
he's got pieces.
He's got weapons. But it's the coaching. It's everybody's saying it's the coaching. Everybody's trying to throw Matt Canada under the bus, and I say it's only about 25% his fault with the coaching.
Hey, did y'all see that thing? Hey, Dredd, you see that thing about Canada like tweeting from his burner, but his burner's linked to his work email?
His actual account, yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's the offensive genius you guys got, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. But anyway, let's recap week 4. Game of the week. Megaton, what was the game of the week for you?
Game of the week for me, honestly, I want to go with the Colts and Ravens. Was a good game.
Oh wow, yeah, good. Me personally, I'm gonna go Eagles.
Colts and Rams.
Yeah, I'm
Colts
gonna.
and Rams.
I'm sorry. Yes, Colts and Rams was a good game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Me personally, I'm gonna go Eagles. Yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles Commanders.
I wasn't expecting that to go the way it went. For it to be 29-23. And honestly, I didn't think the Colts would be that competitive. And I want to say Matthew Stafford is making a run for comeback player of the year right now.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah. All right, Flip.
Coming off of what he's done before, he's making a run. So I think that game was real interesting. I know there were some other fun games, but that game to me, that was a good one.
Yeah. All right, Flip. What was your game of the week for week 4?
I gotta go with the Eagles Commanders.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
I was watching a little bit at the beginning. The Eagles are looking a little shaky. I think it was like 17-10 at halftime. I was saying to myself, like, this might be a trap game for them.
You can give them a pass because that's a divisional opponent. You can kind of give them a pass on that.
Yeah. I give them a pass because, Washington always plays the NFC East hard. And I was sitting there, I was like, all right, maybe Washington pulls this off. And then we get the second half, and they're just, like, going back and forth, just throwing blows. And I'm like, all right. So the Eagles pull away, and then I think it was like a minute or so in the game, and I'm like, maybe I should just turn this off. I was like, let's see what Sam Howell can do. Yeah. And they go down the field, and they tie the game up and take it in overtime. I'm like, okay, like, this is a game. Like, this was actually an entertaining game besides another game involving 2 questionable quarterbacks. But, I really enjoyed this game. I thought Washington might pull it off, but they kind of just like choked it away at the end.
Yeah.
But I mean, that might be my game of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. Waz, what was your game of the week?
Yeah, it's a toss-up between the two that Bruce mentioned. I was leaning Rams, Colts for sure. I didn't expect it to be that competitive, or that I thought early on it seemed like the Rams were blowing them out. I didn't think the Colts were going to come back, but. Definitely seeing a lot out of Anthony Richardson, and I know it was mentioned about Stafford potentially being comeback player of the year, but I think for offensive rookie of the year, I think Anthony Richardson for sure is right up there with the stuff he's doing. Not just with passing game, but his ability to run. He seems to be taking command. That game. I mean, for a rookie to be down, get beat early like that, it's very easy to kind of just. Get swept away at a loss, but to kind of lead them back and force the game into OT, definitely impressive. But yeah, that or the Commanders-Eagles game. The Eagles, to me, for the majority of the season, the Eagles just kind of fuck around, and then they find a way to win at the end. It seems like they're just letting these bad teams stay in these games for the longest time, and I'm just waiting because eventually it's going to bite them in the ass. I just don't know if it's going to be during the regular season or in the postseason.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
The postseason.
Yeah. That's not what you want. And it's probably going to be against a team that's a lower seed, but we'll see about that. But anyway, who was the most improved team for week 4 for you guys? Megaton, you first. Well, out of all the games you watched, which team improved the most?
I would say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wow, okay.
I feel like they're hitting a weird stride right now. And I don't know, maybe I'm buying into the hype, but the coach really seems to believe Baker's back. And if they can keep, they already got a tough wide receiving core. They got a decent the defense has always been good there. The wide receivers, I'm going to keep them in the game. If Baker cannot make dumb mistakes, I think that they're probably going to run away with the South.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I see a lot of improvement coming there. And, I wanted to say my Bears until they fucking let their game go like they did.
Yeah.
I would have gone with my Bears, man. But then they found a way to embarrass us again in monumental fashion.
Yeah.
So, I got to go with Buccaneers for me.
All right, Flip, what was your most improved team for last week?
I got to go with the Texans. That O-line is, I don't know if we're paying attention to all the injury reports for that O-line, but I'm pretty sure they just got all the second stringers on O-line for that entire, it's bad. And I don't know how C.J. Stroud is out here putting that ball out there as much as he is, because I think he's sitting at 300 passing yards for each game so far.
Yeah.
Or close to it. And I think the main thing that we had issues with coming into the season is, can the Texans turn it around on defense and on offense? And honestly, I feel like both sides of the ball, they're playing way better. I don't know if it'll translate to postseason, but regular season, they seem to be balling out. C.J. Stroud might be the answer for that team. I can't remember. I guess since Deshaun Watson, that's the last time they actually had a good quarterback for that team.
Yeah.
If the defense can still keep this up, and honestly, I know the Steelers aren't the greatest offensive team to put them up against, but they held T.J. Watt down with that terrible O-line. I mean, I thought the Steelers were just going to have a field day on him. What was it? Daniel Jones, I think he got sacked like 11 times this week.
Yeah.
I think that was going to be C.J. Stroud, to be honest. But, I got to go with the Texans. I think they're showing us that they can really be a threat in the AFC soon.
All right. Waz, what was your most improved team for the week for week 4?
It's got to be the Broncos because they only gave up 28.
Well, when you put it like that. Oh man! The thing is, that was a tank bowl. That was you know what that game was? It was a competition to see who could blow it worse.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, gosh, that was that was. I mean, the Bears were again doing the thing, and then Denver somehow found an offense in the fourth quarter. But still, gosh, that Broncos secondary, man, to make Justin Fields look that good, it's remarkable.
Oh yeah. Right before we move on, I kind of have an honorable mention. I want to talk about the Arizona Cardinals. Now, everybody's saying that the Arizona Cardinals are in tank mode this year, but damn it, they have been fighting in every single game they played. I don't know what the hell is going on in Arizona, but they're like, okay, we might be tanking this year, but we gonna make it look good. We're gonna fight. They've been fighting.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if they want to tank, they need to put Kyler in now.
Hey.
Because Dobbs is looking way better than I think they expected him to, and Kyler's. I mean, if he comes back in the latter half of the year, which I don't know, I think they just keep him on IR at this point. But I mean, Dobbs might win him a few games and piss somebody off in upper management.
Yeah.
So they might want to consider benching him soon.
Hell, as a Steelers fan, I wonder why we got rid of Jake.
Wait, are we really giving up on Kyler? Has everyone really tapped out on Kyler?
I don't. Man, that's a good question. I don't know.
I'm not giving up on him, but it's just. Man, it's hard to go with it when he's like he's like 5'8". I feel like
I don't hold that against him.
You gotta be tall. You gotta be taller in this league right now because you can't be
5'8". Over the line.
You're trying to throw jump balls over your 6'5" lineman. It's really hard.
Yeah, but he's got the foot speed to make up for that.
You are slandering that man. He is not 5'8".
I mean, he played quarterback like he 5'8". It feels like it.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely over for him in Arizona, for sure. He needs a new change of scenery, kind of like what Baker got away from Cleveland. He definitely needs a change of scenery.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but with how good Josh Dobbs and James Conner are tearing it up in Arizona, it makes me wonder why the Steelers got rid of him.
Well, they got rid of Conner for obvious reasons. You know this very much so.
Oh, yeah.
That guy, behind that line, he was getting 18 carries for 40 yards and an ankle injury every week. That was all he was doing. And then he turned, he turned back the clock when he went to Arizona because he's been a way different running back.
Yeah, absolutely. But all right, without further ado, week 5. Now, we got the Thursday night football game with the Chicago Bears at the Washington Commanders. Megaton, who you got? Bears, Commanders.
It's really hard for me to say this out loud, but I don't think I can believe in my home team right now. The coaching has been absolutely atrocious. If we lose this game in pretty severe fashion, it better be some lockers getting cleaned out in the coaching staff on Monday.
Absolutely.
And I think that's really what's going on in Chicago right now. So this is do or die for them. And, so it's heavy pressure. Justin Fields looked really good last week for half the game. The defense looked really bad. But this Washington Commanders defensive line is no joke. And I saw what they did last week to Philly. I don't think we got anybody who can keep up with Scary Terry right now on our defensive backfield. Yeah. That's going to be a problem. I think Robinson's going to run all over us because he's a big back, and our D-line has had trouble with big backs recently. This could get ugly pretty fast for the Bears. So, unfortunately, I think the Commanders probably get us this week. I'm sorry, Chicago. I'll let y'all still.
Yeah. Yeah, we all got to come to terms with it sooner or later. But all right, anyway, Flip, who you got? Bears, Commanders.
I got to bet against my choke of the week. Wow. Man, the Commanders, I think, they beat the Broncos, and the Broncos somehow came back against Justin Fields having the greatest career day of his life. I don't know. I think Megaton is right. I think Brian Robinson can run all over this team. Sam Howell, he's not the best quarterback, but I feel like he's better than Justin Fields. I think he has more to work with in the receiving department. I think Justin Fields, obviously there's lots of Chase Claypool, but I think DJ Moore and Darnell Mooney are great receivers. Just I don't think Fields is the guy for that team to operate with them. But if he plays like he did last week, they have a chance. But the sad part is that defense is terrible, and they they were up 28 to something.
So 7?
I thought the game
we were up 21-7 at halftime.
Yeah.
We went in halftime 21-7 up, and everyone was feeling great in Chicago. It collapsed pretty fast. I'm not going to say that Sam Howell's a better quarterback than Justin Fields. Yeah, I think he has better play calling right now. Yeah. I think as far as pure talent, though, I think Justin Fields is still better. It's just we have the worst coaching and offensive scheme in the history of football at this moment.
I beg to differ, but go on.
I can agree with that.
I beg to differ.
Trevor's like, no, ours more trash.
Yeah. All right, but
I can actually agree with that because I was just thinking about it. I was thinking to myself after seeing him against the Broncos. And I know the Broncos are in a terrible spot right now after that Dolphins game. I honestly thought that they were going to contain Fields better, and he went out there and he put up 3-4 touchdowns on them. So. Yeah, I can't.
And then we had an idiot coach who decided to do a run to Khalil Herbert on 4th and 1.
That was a dumbass coaching move. I'm not even a Bears fan.
That is coaching. That is literally the turning point when the game went south.
Yeah.
Why would you do a run right there and not just give it to Justin Fields to get a damn yard?
That pissed me off, and I'm not even a Bears fan. I saw that. I was like, wait, what the hell are you doing? Y'all were in prime field position. What are you that? Yeah, that was on the coaching. And the thing is, either the head coach, because that was all on the OC right there. Either the head coach or Kyler he should step up and be like, not Kyler, but Justin Fields be like, no, timeout. There's something not right. I don't see it. But thing is, the number one thing is that Justin Fields is criticized for? He's criticized for not being able to read defenses. They say he can't read defenses worth a damn. And I kind of agree with that. But the thing is, people overlook that because he got athletic ability.
Well, long story short, you either take the 3 points or you give the ball to Justin Fields to get a first down. You friggin' moron. It's this late in the game. And then you lose by a field goal. That's just horrible coaching. regardless. That's not even. I can't put that on Fields. He can't check out and be like, okay, cool, I'm checking it to me. Sorry. Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. So I blame the coaching for that. And like I said, man, Evergoof gotta go. If we lose badly on Thursday, Evergoof gotta go.
Yeah.
And he hasn't earned up a name for me to call him by his real name. So his name is Evergoof until proven otherwise. He's 3-17, man. It's unacceptable.
Absolutely. Yeah. Flip. Yeah. What's your final score for the Commanders Bears?
You know what? Megaton has enlightened me. I am more convinced now. You know what? I can't bet against Justin Fields now.
Well, oh, huh?
I feel like after that game against the Broncos, he's got to go out and repeat that performance to show everybody that it really is the coaching.
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers are holding him hostage over there. So, and man, I don't know, because Chase Young is nice, and he is back,
oh God,
he
yeah,
is healthy.
Yeah.
And that Washington defense looks different with him on that D line. So
I just pray to God he doesn't get eaten behind that O line. I pray to God that Justin Fields doesn't.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a close game.
Oh wow, okay.
But man, I can't. You know, I'm with Justin Fields, but I'm not with the Bears defense, and that's what's pushing me off of this. So I gotta go with the Washington Commanders here. I'm gonna say Commanders 24-21 over the Bears.
Ooh, wow.
But hopefully Justin Fields has a hell of a game.
All right, Waz, who you got? Bears, Commanders.
Yeah, I got the Commanders in this one. I think I think they're just going to be a more physical team. The Bears haven't shown much life at all this season. The Washington's pretty much hung around in every game this week except for the Bills game where they got smoked by the Bills. But other than that, they've been pretty competitive throughout the other three weeks. They've shown a little more life. I know that there's coaching, obviously, issues with Chicago. Not as great as well with the Commanders. I'm not a big Ron Rivera fan of what he's been doing so far in Washington. It is. I do feel like at a certain point, what may not be this year, but maybe next year. I think the OC Eric Bieniemy, I think he probably gets a chance to get promoted, take over there. But for now, I think this Washington team handle Chicago. Another L. So yeah, I think Washington will win this game. I think it'll be low scoring. I think it's going to be just a really physical, low scoring game. Especially on a Thursday night, short week. There's always some sloppy play. Yeah. Give me Commanders 21-17.
Let me give you guys a quick rundown. Defense, Commanders. Secondary, Commanders. O-line, Commanders. Running game, probably the Commanders. Receiving core. The Bears haven't really given me a reason as to why I should pick them other than Justin Fields probably being a better QB than Sam Howell. But that's pretty much it. You're leaving Justin Fields to die behind that O-line, and you can't do that. Because, like I said, the biggest criticism that Justin Fields has right now is that he can't read defenses. And that really is on the QB for him to do that. But the thing is, he's got the athletic ability, but y'all ain't giving him any damn thing to work with. And the Commanders right now, with the division they're playing in, they are hungry. They're in the same division with the Cowboys and with Philly. We're gonna get to the Giants debacle later, but yeah, I mean they're hungry right now. So I mean, as much as I hate to say it, the Bears haven't really given me a reason why I should select them. So going ahead and give me the Commanders over the Bears, 31-20. All right, next up. Oh wow. All right, this game's gonna either go one or two ways. It's either gonna be a blowout or it's gonna be a skin of the teeth win. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Buffalo Bills. Now, me personally, the Jags are sitting at 2-2 right now. The Buffalo Bills are 3-1, but they've had some scrappy. A couple of their wins have been kind of scrappy, and this is a premier game right here. And this is an overseas game too, 9:30 in the morning, and this actually would favor the Jaguars. Jaguars do very well overseas for some reason. Don't ask me why. And it's just that Sunshine, I don't know how he's going to do against this Bills team, even though this is on neutral territory. Buffalo, I mean, come on, they're Buffalo. I mean, like I said, last week was pretty much their definitive win. But, I mean, you could say because it was who their competition was, but that's neither here nor there. But going ahead and give me give me the Bills in this game. Let's say 27-23. Megaton, who you got? Jags, Bills, overseas.
Yeah, overseas gets tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what's happening with Mansdom and the bloke,
Yes.
but it's probably going to be. First of all, I'm going to say Sunshine, I'm not really worried about. He's actually been having a pretty decent season right now. Him and Zay got a good connection. Etienne has been running the ball pretty solidly for them also, so they have a good combination of things going on. But I just think the Bills got too much for them. And I don't trust the Jacksonville defense to slow down the momentum that they have right now. I think they're finding stride in the balance of what they have with Diggs on offense and now running like they actually have a running game this year. So, I mean, Cook is cooking. So, let's see what happens with that. But I really kind of think the Bills, and then also, let's keep it real. The Bills won because DeMar Hamlin came back and they were on this emotional high.
Yeah.
And it was like win-win for the Gipper week and all of that. So that's why they beat a divisional opponent the way they did. I'm not buying into that so heavily as much as I am buying that the balance of run-pass on offense for them is actually coming into play right now. And I think that they might be solid against the Jags this time. So I'm going to go Buffalo. I'm going to go a little bit high scoring on this one. I'm probably going to go with, give me 34 to 28.
Oh, okay.
Bills.
All right. Flip, who you got? Bills, Jags.
I don't really care that this is a London game. I think when you're going up against this Bills team, it really don't matter where you're at. Megaton's right. This Bills offense is looking like it's probably at its best. They've got a nice combination of pass and run. James Cook has elevated that team's running game, which is I'm surprised because I thought the Singletary Moss connection would probably be like their peak. But James Cook has come out there and he's balling. Josh Allen, I mean, as long as he's got Stephon Diggs, it really don't matter. He can make plays with his legs, and he really didn't have to do that against the Dolphins. So he's really not having to really do too much right now. I think this Jags team is nowhere near that Dolphins offense. I can't really sit here and say to myself that the Jags have a chance against this Bills team when defensively, offensively, they're just all in sync right now. So give me the Bills. So I'm going to say 33-24 over the Jags.
All right, wow. So you got Jags, Bills.
Yeah, it's the interesting thing about it for me is just the fact that it's going to be like the first time that we've had a team that's got back-to-back games in London. So obviously, they've had the whole week or basically the week of rest and practicing without having to deal with any sort of additional jet lag or travel wear. Whereas Buffalo is making that travel, and they're effectively they're at a disadvantage having to deal with a team that's rested a week at a location overseas. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out because I think on a neutral field, Buffalo should win this pretty handily. I don't think Jacksonville is ready yet, offensively, coaching wise, defensively for sure. To handle or hang with Buffalo. If this is a close game, if Jacksonville ekes out a win here, or even takes care of business handily, I think we have to start looking at how well Jacksonville always seems to play well in London, and then also we got to consider these teams getting back-to-back weeks overseas versus a team that's coming in traveling, playing a team that's having rest back to back. So I think Buffalo wins this handily. I think Buffalo wins this game. I think it could be potentially close, but Buffalo's been on a tear the last few weeks. They've looked really well. Josh Allen's playing at an all-pro level right now. I think they'll take care of business. Give me Buffalo to win this. I will say 28-21.
All righty. Next up, AFC South Divisional matchup. This is going to be an interesting one. We got the Tennessee Titans going up against the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are fighting this year, and a lot of people, myself included, are ready to say that Anthony Richardson is the truth. And I think he is. And he's going up against the Tennessee Titans, Ryan Tannehill's Tennessee Titans. And the thing is, I got to say that aside from Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill is probably the biggest hit or miss quarterback in the history of this damn league. Because you don't know what you're going to get from him. I mean, he's got weapons. Derrick Henry's a freaking tank. And the defense is serviceable. So what can Anthony Richardson do against that? That is a very good question. And the thing is, I don't even know if he's playing 100% either. But I mean, with the way he looked last week, I don't even know if it matters if he plays 100% because I think he is the real deal. But this is going to be a very, very tough and scrappy one. And right now, Tennessee is favored to win. If what I'm reading from the betting pool is right, yeah, they're favored to win right now. But I'm not so sure if I would take that bet. That's a very, very risky one. And these are divisional opponents. They see each other twice a year. Oh man, I don't know if I would feel comfortable taking the over under or taking the bet against them. I mean, the Titans. They had a very good win last week. You know, a very convincing win last week. Colts. They fought against the Rams last week. They really did. So this is a very, very hard one. You know what? I actually am going to play it safe. I'm going to play it safe. Give me the Titans in this one. 24-21 over the Colts. Megaton, who you got? Colts, Titans.
First of all, I want to say the division play in this one is real big, and Derrick Henry and Zaire Alexander have issues. They play each other tough, and both of them are monsters. So I think that one makes me a little tempered in what my expectations for the Titans are, because I don't think they play the run as well. I don't think they run all over this defense. I don't see that happening. This linebacking core is talented, and just Zaire has a chip on his shoulder, and he's been going crazy this year already. If you just look at his tackle totals for games, he's been out there making a good run for one of the linebackers in the All-Star early ballots. So really like what they're kind of doing on defense. I don't trust the offense to be consistent there yet. You know, I know we're talking about Richardson being so advanced for a rookie, but and I like the connection that he's building with the wideouts, but I don't know that they overcome that. But I think this is close, division rival game. So give me the Titans in a squeaker, probably 21-17.
Alrighty. Flip, who you got? Titans, Colts.
I might have to lean towards the Colts in this one.
I'm not mad at that.
Like Megatron was saying,
Yeah.
Zaire he's a monster in that linebacking department. I think the thing that's been kind of concerning for me this year is that Derrick Henry, they're not trying to make him a workhorse back this year, and I think it might be affecting his rhythm. He at times kind of he doesn't feel like the Derrick Henry of old, and then we'll see games where, you know, like the last game against the Bengals, he looks like the Derrick Henry we know and love, and then next thing you know, he's going to disappear. And I don't know if he can do that against this Colts team when they keep, you know, kind of switching him out for Tyjae Spears. I think he should be their main guy still. I think he should still be out there trying to get about 20 to 25 carries and control the pace of this game, because I don't think you put the game in the hands of Ryan Tannehill. I don't think he's ever deserved that on that Titans team. And when I look at this Colts team, they're kind of built the same way as this Titans team. They love to run the ball. The Titans are a heavy pass or rush defense team, so I don't think they're going to go anything crazy. But I'm looking at the chemistry between Anthony Richardson and Michael Pittman, and between him and Josh Downs, and I'm thinking to myself, I kind of like them more in this game because Richardson can make plays with his legs, unlike Tannehill. He can, you know, get around that ball a bit better than Tannehill. I know Tannehill can do it himself. I've seen it against the Chargers. I just think if they shut down Derrick Henry early, it gives the Colts an advantage in this game. So I'm leaning towards the Colts in this game, and I'm going to say 24-20 over the Titans.
All righty. Waz, who you got? Titans, Colts.
Yeah, I mean, conventional wisdom. I'm leaning Tennessee, but I'm just such a big advocate for Richardson and just what he's doing this year, And again, I really think he's going to be the offensive rookie of the year. And again, I thought he was a great pick and steal at number 4, where he was at. I know people looked at him as a project quarterback, but just with the stories you hear about the guy's character and work ethic, to go with the talent that's there, I think he's making leaps and bounds for what people thought he might be able to do so far, and he's already doing so far in the season. Like I said, Derrick Henry, he had his best game of the year so far last week, and like I think Flip alluded to, they're not giving him the carries like he's used to, and again, that could be just a byproduct of his age. They're trying to keep him preserved for the playoff push towards the end of the year. But I don't know if it's conducive to the Titans being successful and winning. Even though I may trust Tennessee a little more, I'm just my gut and my first instinct is to pick Indianapolis. Indianapolis is at home. Looks like they haven't had a home win yet. Tennessee hasn't won on the road yet. I think Indianapolis catches a win for the fans. Give me Indianapolis to win this game. I'm gonna say. I'm going to say 20. It's going to be low scoring, at least for Tennessee. Give me 27-17, Colts.
All righty. Next up, we got the Atlanta Falcons going up against the Houston Texans. They're both 2-2. This one is kind of a tricky game for me. And as of right now, Atlanta's favorite to win over the Texans. The Texans look good against my Steelers last week. The Falcons. Now, the thing is, a lot of people. I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but I think the Falcons are being slept on. But then again, they're in the division. Look at what division they're in. A lot of people are sleeping on the sleeping on the NFC South. But the Falcons have a lot of promise, and I think this is the game where they get some people to wake up to them. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, C.J. Stroud, he's looked pretty. He might have another 300-plus yard game. I mean, as a matter of fact, with the way the Falcons' defense is, I damn near expect it. But I mean. The Falcons, they may pull something out of that. They need to specifically plan for him. Because I think, the defense is, if you ask me, I think that the Falcons might have a slightly better offense, but the Texans have a slightly better defense, and it's going to come down to time of possession. But give me the Falcons in this game. Give me the Falcons, I'm going to say 23-21 over the Texans. Megaton, who you got? Falcons, Texans.
I think Ritter is horrible.
Wow.
These are the same Atlanta Falcons that scored 7 points last week with Bijan running over 100 yards. I don't trust London. I don't trust Drake. Drake? Your wideouts. Pitts is touch and go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who's going to step up on the offense and really carry this for Atlanta? They're coming off of getting exposed to Jacksonville. And I think you kind of know how to scheme for them right now. Let Bijan be Bijan, but they're not going to beat you in the passing game. So you can't worry about that. This also has the ability to be a suck bowl, too, in my mind.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't want to, act like this is going to be like the best thing since sliced bread by any means. The Texans, I just like the momentum that they have with C.J. Stroud right now. And much like how you feel about Richardson, I heard Rose talking about Richardson, that's how I kind of feel about C.J. Stroud right now.
Oh, okay.
I think he's just in that position where he could really be Offensive Rookie of the Year if he keeps up the momentum that he has. And I don't know, man. I like Houston a lot better in this situation. I think their defense is a little more solid. I watch Atlanta games all the time, being that I'm in Atlanta right now. So I don't believe in the Falcons, man. I'm going real easy, and it's going to be a suck bowl in my mind. I still said that. So let's put the score around like 17-13.
Wow, okay.
And the Texans.
Right. All righty, Flip. Who you got? Texans, Falcons.
I gotta agree with everything Megaton said. That Falcons team is It's in a weird spot, my guy. Desmond Ritter is not that guy. Let's be honest right then and there. He is not that guy. You want to talk about Kenny Pickett being the not that guy candidate of the year? It might be Desmond Ritter.
I think he gets too much hate.
I don't think he gets enough hate.
Really?
I really don't. I don't think he gets enough hate.
Wow.
This man is terrible.
But he fought against the damn the Green Bay Packers. He had a fight of his life. And look, what is it?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be honest. Who's carrying that team? It's Bijan.
Oh, yeah, true.
Bijan is carrying that team this year.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say Tyler Algier is carrying that team more than Desmond Ritter, and he's not even the main guy. I mean, he lost the starting running back spot to Bijan in, 3-4 weeks?
Yeah.
I feel bad for Kyle Pitts because Jonnu Smith looks like what we thought Kyle Pitts was going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
He's out there balling, and it's hard to sit there and say to myself, man, Desmond Ritter, it's not like Justin Fields where you see Justin Fields ball out and you're like, damn, like Justin Fields is, he's a bit misunderstood. It might be the coaching. No, Arthur Smith is out there coaching the hell out of that team. It's just that he ain't got a quarterback. I think the Falcons are headed to the Caleb Williams Bowl.
Oh, boy.
I love the Texans right now. C.J. Stroud, like Megaton was saying, I think he's going to be Rookie of the Year. He's doing it behind a terrible O-line, which is why I can see why Megaton might be on the lower scoring side of this. And I kind of agree, but I'm going to give the Texans a little bit more leeway here. I'm going to say that they put up about 27 on the Falcons. Like he was saying also, you really don't have to game plan much for Desmond Ritter.
True.
Drake London is a good receiver. It's just that when you got a guy like Desmond Ritter throwing to you, you look like, you just look terrible. You look trash. And I mean, the same thing for Kyle Pitts. If Kyle Pitts was on any other team where they can actually throw the ball, he looks like a top 5 tight end in this league. But unfortunately, they have Desmond Ritter. So with that being said, I got to go with the Texans in this one, probably like 27-17 over the Falcons.
Alrighty. All right, Waz, who you got? Falcons, Texans.
I got the Texans, man. Falcons really should have made a push for Lamar in the offseason. They're really missing out on an opportunity right now on that, looking back at it. Like Flip said, Desmond Ritter is not the guy. Again, not like a full season sample size, but just enough to where you don't need much more. I don't think there's going to be a vast improvement all of a sudden over the next few weeks, few months by the end of the season. I think you see what you see. He's got weapons around him. He's got pieces. It's just not clicking. Maybe you could say it's the coaching and all that, but I just think it's not. He's just not the guy. He's not a serviceable NFL quarterback. Meanwhile, obviously, like I said, you have the exact opposite. C.J. Stroud came in. He's almost set nearly rookie records for passing yards in his first 4 games. He, like I said, you can know right away when you have it, and then obviously if you give it enough time, you can maybe see it then. But like I said, Texans got good pieces. Nico. Pierce, but I think they don't need even that much, but I think they'll take care of business. I know they're on the road, but I think Atlanta, it's a dome team, but I just don't trust them, especially Ritter. Yeah, give me Houston to handle it. I'll say 28-20.
Alrighty. Next up, oh boy. We got the Carolina Panthers going up against the Detroit Lions. I'm going to make this short, sweet, and to the point. Panthers are they're getting obliterated. And the thing is, I at the beginning of the season predicted the Lions to finish second in the NFC North. And they are proving me wrong. Like, they might get one of the top 3 spots in the whole NFC conference if this keeps up. And the Panthers haven't really given me, like, lately, they're 0-4. They haven't really given me a reason why they should pick them in this game. Lions smoke them in every damn category. unless the Lions just completely wet the damn bed and fall apart, I don't see them losing this game. Give me the Lions 28-7 over the Panthers. Megatone, who you got? Lions, Panthers.
Scary to be everybody in a 3-1-3.
Yeah.
We're going with the Lions pretty handily in this one, man. I'm not even going to over-explain it.
Yeah.
I think the Panthers actually did better when they had their backup quarterback in.
Yeah.
He actually got Adam Thielen going again. It looked real classic. That red rifle still go crazy. But they stink. And the Lions, I was pretty sure they were probably going to win this division. I didn't believe in the Vikings this year, and I still don't. They're proving the point for everybody right there.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in Green Bay. I just wanted Green Bay to lose, though, because I'm a Green Bay hater. So, I actually have them winning the division for us for the NFC North anyway. So this is a gimme game for them, and they should win pretty handily. I'm going to go, let's give them 28. Actually, let's give them 31. I'm going to go 31-13.
Okay. All right, Flip, who you got? Detroit Lions, Carolina Panthers.
Lions, Panthers. I like the Lions in this. The Lions are looking great this year. I think they're gonna blow this. Maybe, possibly.
Oh, so you're saying it's a trap game?
Take the Lions of old. I can't think of any time I've ever seen the Lions succeed. It's been a while. Maybe 1995. I wasn't. I was alive, but not alive enough to know what was going on.
Yeah.
So I can't say that I've seen the Lions do anything successful. So, man.
Or the Megatron days. Don't forget that.
They didn't even do that successful. What you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. The Matt Stafford Megatron days, but they screwed that up. But go on.
Yeah, they screwed that up big time. But the Panthers, they're not there. Honestly, I think they're a better team with Andy Dalton, but we're not going to see that because you're not going to take Bryce Young and be like, oh, hey, we're kind of like what Andy Dalton is doing, so we're just going to bench you for the rest of the season. You're not going to see that happen. You're going to ride out with your rookie because he started with them. Understandable. The issue is you got Miles Sanders with a lingering groin injury. I don't think they care to play Chuba Hubbard because Miles Sanders is always out there regardless. Bryce Young doesn't look like he's ready to be that guy. We saw that last week when the Vikings just blitzed him to death, and it worked out, especially at the end of that game. I think this Lions team is just a much better team than a lot of us are wanting to give them credit for, maybe. They're getting Jameson back this week. I don't know if he's going to play a lot, but, I mean, it's not like he was out for an ACL injury. He was just, playing a little DraftKings on the side, and it kind of messed up everything. But I like this Lions team a lot, offensively and defensively a little bit. I just wish they would stop playing their what was his name, Brian Branch. They should have kept that man out of that last game. He just went back in and re-injured himself. He probably won't play this week because of that. So that might be the shining light for the Panthers, but I highly doubt it. I don't think offensively they can keep up with this team. So give me the Lions in this one, 24-13.
All righty. Waz, who you got? Panthers, Lions.
Yeah, give me Detroit all the way. This is a no-brainer, double-digit win. Panthers, gonna have a top pick in this draft, but they made their bed with Bryce Young, so they're gonna have to kind of sleep with that for the next few years. But like I said, Detroit has looked pretty solid offensively. Goff's been again bouncing back from that kind of first off year during that trade for Stafford after that trade from Los Angeles, and he's looked pretty solid. I think he's had a kind of a new second career with Detroit. Like I said, coaching wise, like I said, I think he's in a good spot. I think that OC is going to be in line for a head coaching job going into next year. For sure, he's going to get picked up. But it certainly helps when you have when he has the talent around there offensively for sure. Yeah, I think they run away with it at home. Give me Lions 31, Carolina 17.
Alrighty. Next up, oh, for the love of God, you got the New York Giants going up against the Miami Dolphins. Once again, short, sweet, and to the point. The Dolphins, I mean, they are fighting for a case to probably overtake the AFC East. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to be a definite winner, but man, they are fighting and they're trying to make their point that we're here to stay and we're not going to lay down for the Bills. One mistake could make that, one mistake or 1 week can make all the difference. I mean, look at all the weapons they got. All right, here's the thing. As long as you got a healthy Tua, the weapons will do the rest. Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and the run game, they'll do the rest. And even the defense is not that bad. The defense actually stepped it up over the last couple of years. The New York Giants, what can I say? They got humiliated on Monday Night Football. God almighty. I really expected more than I had them like finishing. Actually, yeah, last in the NFC East this year. But yeah, Daniel Jones looking incompetent as hell. Without Saquon, they don't stand a damn chance. I mean, even 100% Saquon can't carry this team to a damn win. Unless, once again, it's gonna be another case of unless the Dolphins completely crap the bed. I'm gonna give it to them. Give me the Dolphins 30-13. Megaton, who you got? Dolphins, Giants.
I have Darren Waller as a sneaky fantasy pick for this week.
Oh, okay.
Just to throw that out there, because I think they're gonna end up having to pass a whole lot. Wait, I thought you were saying when you were talking about the Dolphins and them competing, they have a serious threat to compete for like the greatest show on turf as far as yards go.
Oh yeah.
Looking at how much they're passing right now, and looking at what they're doing, they got two good, solid running backs with Mostert and Hayne, the rookie. I don't say his name. Achane.
Yeah.
I think he said Achane. How you say it? But yeah, they have. No, go ahead.
No, I thought it was. I think that he made them change it to Achan.
Yeah, he was saying he said pronounce it right. I was calling him A-Chain for a minute, like A-Train. So
I had him as A-Chain.
So yes, my bad, my guy. Whatever you want to be called is you, man. You put up 200 yards rushing in the game. I can't be mad at that. But I'm looking at them. They could really set some records for this offense, and I think they have revenge on their minds coming off of that loss, and they have something to prove, and they're running into some victims. And I don't see them playing down to the caliber of the Giants, and I think at some point in time, they're going to end up benching starters and letting the second half of the defense run. That's why I think some of the other linebackers might get some rest, and you might get some work over the middle for Darren Waller. But other than that, man, yeah, I got them winning pretty handily.
So 2.0. So you're saying? I'm about to say. So you're saying 2.0 for the Dolphins? I mean, Dolphins. What's called 2.0?
I mean, I think they're closer to the. If you remember, the Vikings when they had Chris Carter and Randy Moss, and that team that went and lost to the Falcons to go to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That team had some of the best offense ever, and I think they're close to that, and almost like the greatest show on turf, man. It's must-see TV every time you look at it.
Absolutely.
So I'll give them this running away, man. I'll probably say. I want to say like 42 to like 10.
Right.
And 10 might be me being nice.
Maybe. After that performance on Monday, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
All right, Flip, who you got? Dolphins and Giants.
Can we just skip this game? This is terrible.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if the Dolphins don't put up at 40 on these guys, something's going on. You just get whooped by the Bills, and then you get fresh meat. You get Daniel Jones the next week. I mean, the defense is going to have a field day on this team. Man, the Giants are the Giants might be the sorriest team I've seen in maybe, I don't know, because those Browns teams are pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Maybe since the 0-17 Browns. Or what was it, 0-16, 0-17 Browns and Browns
yeah.
might have been one of
They're the sorriest team I ever seen with a $40 million quarterback that just signed a new contract and you didn't give money to Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
I don't know. Joe Burrow might have a run right now. Oh man. Yeah, I gotta go with the Dolphins this one. The Giants are just sorry right now. Anyone betting on the Giants is betting to lose money. Give me the Dolphins in this one. I'll say 35 to 16 out of pity.
Oh, all right, Waz, who you got? Dolphins, Giants.
I like the Dolphins. I don't even think like the Dolphins defense is that great, to be honest. But this is the Giants. They've been pretty inept offensively for most of the year. Say for like the comeback against the Cardinals. That's their only saving grace so far this season. Daniel Jones just taking a step back. Dayball has taken a step back. It just seems, they gave the quarterback the money, and it doesn't seem like it was the right decision. Probably should have, franchised them or something, but they make their bed. They gotta sleep in it. So I think Miami rolls away with this game, especially after coming after a tough loss, the divisional opponent. I think they're going to be motivated. They're going to be feeling it, and wanting to just go through this Giants defense. And I think they're going to run all over them. Tua has been playing extremely well so far this season. Another possible comeback player of the year candidate. Give me Miami to win this game pretty handily. I'll say 35, 17.
Wow, all right. Next up, you got the New Orleans Saints going up against the New England Patriots. This Patriots team, I don't really know what to make of them. The Saints are solid. Like I said, I just don't know what to. And the thing is, the crazy thing is, the Patriots are favored right now. I don't know why, but yeah, they. And the thing is, look at the significant injuries that they got right now. Matthew Judon is having bicep surgery. Now that O-line they have one of the most banged up O-lines in the league right now. And I don't know if Mac Jones could do it on his own, not on his own, but I don't know if he could do it, with the ball, especially with them Saints DBs. I mean, them Saints, that Saints D-line hawking him. Oh, if Cameron Jordan gets a straight B-line to him, that's it. That's ball game. Now, they might be able to contend with him as far as coaching, but I think on paper the Saints got the better squad, really. So yeah, I think it's going to be close though. But still, I got the Saints in this game. Give me the Saints 24-20 over the Patriots. All right, Megaton, who you got? Saints, Patriots.
You're really confident in the scoring, man. I think this might be a stinker too.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, Mac Jones just got benched. And
Yeah.
they only scored 3 points.
Bailey Zappi.
And the Saints only scored 9 points last week too. Now, granted, that's the first week. Kamara's back now.
Yeah.
He may be getting in the groove of things. You got Michael Thomas, who's Mr. Injury Prone. You got Olave over there. He gets his money. But Derek Carr has not been getting them the ball effectively. And then he gets hurt. Can't bring Jameis in because Jameis has proven time and time again to throw the ball away at the most inopportune times. That defense is keeping them in games, so that defense is also the reason why I'm thinking that the score might be a little low. I have no faith in the Patriots wideouts whatsoever. It's probably been like that since, the days when they only had tight ends and Wes Welker.
Yeah.
So I can't give them the benefit of the doubt for this to be a high-scoring game, man. Like, give me somewhere. I mean, if we pushing 20s in here, that'll be interesting to me. Maybe we get there. So I'll be nice. I'll say 21-17. And give me the Patriots.
Wow. Alrighty.
It's a dome team. I mean, you're taking a dome team out, and you never know how weather in Boston's going to be. It's a Sunday night, or it's Sunday, and it might suck.
True.
So,
yeah.
Give me the Patriots 21-17. I kind of want to go 17-14.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I think it's gonna be within 3 to 4 points anyway. But yeah, I don't blame you. All right, Flip, who you got? Patriots Saints.
Derek Carr should be playing. Mac Jones is trash. J.C. Jackson is back in. I think Derek Carr is still injured. I think that's why I'm kind of leaning towards Patriots taking this. Man, Bill Belichick is. It's hard for me to bet against Bill Belichick because it seems like if the team doesn't hold him, he usually keeps them in the game. And I feel like last week the Patriots hold him as a team because honestly there was nothing he could do against that Cowboys team. They were just demolishing them. It was sad. It was sad to watch. Do I think it's going to be different against the Saints? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've seen that the Saints really they're struggling to get it down the field. They struggled against the Bucs to do it. They had Alvin Kamara with 13 catches for like 40 yards. That is some Jarvis Landry stuff. Yeah, I got to go with the Patriots here because I can't sit here and be like, damn, the Saints are some team that can rival the Cowboys defensively. Nah, they're good defensively, but so are the Patriots. And I think that they got. I don't think they missed a step with losing Gonzalez and replacing him with J.C. Jackson because we saw what J.C. Jackson was on that team back in the day. I think he can fit back into that scheme, no problem. So I think they didn't miss a beat right there. Matthew Judon, he might be a little bit more of a hamper to that defense, but Derek Carr he's still got that AC sprain, and I think that's going to hold them back a bit. I don't think they're going to put Jameis in this game at any time. Mac Jones isn't the best, but I think he's good enough to get this win here. I'm going to say low-scoring game. Give me the Saints, or no, the Patriots in this one, 20-17 over the Saints.
All righty. All right, Waz, who you got? Saints, Patriots.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised at my own conclusion and then what I'm hearing. So, to be honest, I'm leaning on the Saints in this game. I just think overall they've looked like the better team so far this season. New England just seems like they're on life support. This is like by far the worst Belichick has looked coaching wise. Just does not seem to have the right staff underneath him. He does not have the right quarterback leading the game. The pieces are not there. Defensively, they have a good defense, but they did lose Judon, so you could argue he was the best player on that defense. Maybe even that whole roster. To be honest, they just do not. They do not have the talent. I think New Orleans is a much more talented team. New Orleans has a good defense, solid defense as well. So it's not like I think that this Patriots offense is going to do much against them, especially with how poorly Mac Jones has been playing. Whether it's Carr or Jameis, I think New Orleans can take care of business. Give me New Orleans to win this game. It's going to be low scoring though, but I'll say New Orleans wins this 23-14.
All right. Next up, AFC North matchup. We got the Baltimore Ravens going on the road against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the Ravens, like both of these teams have been kind of struggling. The Ravens are 3-1, Steelers 2-2 right now. The Ravens, I mean, despite their wins, it seems like they can't go one single game without a significant injury. And the Steelers, they just can't get an offense going together. They can't get the ball rolling on offense to save their lives. So this is like unstoppable force meets the immovable object, but in reverse. But man, it's a home game for the Steelers. But with the way they've been playing lately, you wouldn't know it because the thing is they only have one definitive win this year, and that's against the Oakland, not the Oakland Raiders, but against the Las Vegas Raiders. And like I said, the Ravens, Lamar Jackson makes that team look pretty damn good. But the thing is, they always lose somebody. It doesn't matter who. But man, This is a very hard one, but I mean, if the Steelers were to drop another game, it would be to the Ravens. And I'm actually going to give this one to the Ravens. Give me the Ravens over the Steelers. 21-17. Megaton, who you got? Steelers, Ravens.
Steelers Ravens. Yeah, sorry, homie, man. I gotta go for the Ravens on this one, and I don't think it's gonna be that close. We just talked about Pickett, and he ain't that guy.
Yeah.
Sorry. Your receiving core, you got one great receiver that's young, and then other than that, you got a washed Allen Robinson. Freiermuth is injured. He's probably not going to play. He's on doubtful. So your offensive line already can't block anybody, and now he doesn't have anyone who can get open quick or on the underneath routes. Najee's been underwhelming this entire year. So, yeah, I find it hard to bet against the Ravens. You got Mark Andrews back looking like Mark Andrews, 2 touchdowns last week. I mean, Zay Flowers is starting to get in the flow of the game right now. I don't know, man. I think it's a little too much firepower on offense on the Ravens. I know TJ Watt always has a good game against them, but I don't really see y'all pulling this one off. So give me the Ravens in this, and I'm going to go, y'all play tight, so maybe 24-17.
All right, Flip, who you got? Ravens, Steelers.
Man, don't do this to me. I don't want to bet against your team again.
Every time you bet against them, they win. That's crazy.
It's tough. Yeah. It's tough to bet on the Steelers right now, man. You guys aren't looking the best offensively.
No.
And I feel like that defense, it just can't do it forever. I mean, we saw it. The same exact thing happened to the Browns last week. They didn't have Deshaun Watson, and they had Dorian Thomas Smith Robinson, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the same script going on right then and there. It's like the Ravens can just run the ball. They got Zay Flowers out there. They got Mark Andrews out there. They got guys Lamar can throw it to this year. And it looks like they're having fun with the run game. They just got the rookie that they. I think he started on IR. I forget his name, Keaton Mitchell. I think he's activated now, so he's probably gonna play and be that second to Gus Edwards in that the running game. So it's hard for me to say, oh man, the Steelers defense. Well, I guess they can stop them because it's like, okay, they stopped them. Now what? Kenny Pickett ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah. He might not even play.
You guys, what's up?
He might not even play on Sunday.
Yeah, he might not even play. And Trubisky, I can't say Trubisky's a better quarterback, but he might end up showing us some things. But I gotta bet on the Ravens on this one. I can't really say that I got better than the Steelers.
Trubisky's not better, man. He's not good.
I don't believe anything. But he's shown me more than Kenny Pickett, so at the end of the day, I kind of got to go with that, I guess. But I don't think they're that far off from each other. But I don't even think it matters. I mean, you could put Trubisky in there or Pickett. I don't think that it changes the outcome of this game. I see the Ravens winning this just because offensively you guys can't really do much, and defensively the Baltimore Ravens are a good team. So. Give me the Ravens in this one, 23-16 over the Steelers.
All right, Waz, who you got? Ravens, Steelers. Waz, you on?
My bad. I was on mute. Sorry, I forgot. I gotta go with the Ravens in this one. I think, like kind of Flip said, I think defensively, Pittsburgh could for sure stifle and stop the Ravens on drives, but I just don't think offensively Pittsburgh's there to try to capitalize on it. Have not seen it so far yet this season with them. Last week was supposed to kind of be a kind of a gimme game for him against Houston.
We saw how that turned out.
They had a tough draw against the Niners and the Browns, two of the best defenses in the league. But you thought, okay, well, they're going to pick up the offense against Las Vegas. Only put up 23. All right, well, the Texans are coming into town. They should be able to take care of it. Rookie quarterback. Nah, they didn't even score 7. So it's like, I don't know what's going on with this team. I made this comment on a post you did on Facebook. Najee might be the new Trent Richardson. He might be. It's just, he's not where he was a few years back, and you guys can't really capitalize on your good receiver, on Pickens, really, with what you got at quarterback right now.
Yeah.
It stinks. In Baltimore, meanwhile, like they look good. Lamar's been playing pretty well, pretty solid. No complaints, and he seems to be connecting well with Flowers now, that new addition. So I think Baltimore takes care of business. I know they're on the road, but again, it's a divisional game. They're on the road. Could be close. It's AFC North matchups are always tough, but I think the Ravens handle them. Give me the Ravens to win this game. I'll say 24-17.
All righty. Next up, this one is very, very hard for me, and I've been juggling it all day. But you got the Cincinnati Bengals going on the road against the Arizona Cardinals. Like I said, the Cardinals have fought in every single game they've been in, win, lose, or draw. Well, you guys get the picture. And the Bengals are crippled, and they had a humiliating loss last weekend against the Tennessee Titans. And Joe Burrow I don't care what anybody says, Joe Burrow is probably only playing at maybe 60 to 70%. I mean, he still got some weapons. I mean, as long as he got Jamar Chase, he's got a chance. But I mean, and that running game is pretty solid too. But I mean, like I said, the Arizona Cardinals, like I said, they're fighting. I mean, and this is what it boils down to for me. Is which Joe Burrow is going to show up? Is it going to be Joe Cool, or is it going to be crippled Joe? That's what I have a hard time saying. But the thing is, even if we get the crippled Joe, can that defense hold the Cardinals down long enough for them to be able to do something to get them in good field position? That's the only issue that I have. Oh boy, and it's a home game for the Cardinals. A lot of people say it doesn't matter, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm not fond of the Bengals because they're a division rival, but I hope they don't make me regret picking them. But I'm gonna pick the Bengals. I'm gonna pick the Bengals in a barn burner. I think it's gonna be a close game. Give me the Bengals 27-24 over the Cards. All right, Megatel, who you got? Bengals Cardinals.
Yeah, I'll make this quick. I got the Bengals in this one. I think if not now, then when? And
True.
Looking at what the Cardinals have done, I don't have a lot of faith in that offense. We were just talking about, them probably tanking, and I don't want to give up on Kyler Murray, but I think they're at the end of the era. They're looking for their next quarterback or their next solution. They're not looking to win games right now. Connor will have a decent game, probably rushing, but other than that, I don't have any faith in that offense whatsoever. The Bengals, like I said, Chase got to get off the snide at some point in time. That him and Burrow connection got to happen, and I think it can happen against a bad defense like the Cardinals. So give me the Bengals. Probably somewhere around, let's go, and I don't trust their offense that much either, so let's go 24-14.
All righty. All right, Flip, who you got? You got Bengals Cardinals.
If the Bengals weren't 1-3, I might lean towards the Cardinals in this, but it feels like the Bengals are kind of in a must-win situation, which it's hard to bet against a team that feels like, their back's against the walls. I don't think the Cardinals feel like their backs are against the wall. Their whole plan this year was to tank. I feel like the team understands that. I don't feel like they have any urgency or any sense of, we could have made the playoffs. The Bengals, on the other hand, they feel like they're a Super Bowl contender. They feel like they should be 4-0. So when I think about it in this sense, I can't bet against Joe Burrow, even though he's been terrible this year. I mean, I think it's the calf injury, of course, but I don't know. It might just be that O-line. It might be 50% O-line, 50% calf.
Yeah.
We don't know. Or it could be he got that contract and he said, fuck it. I don't need to play quarterback anymore. I can beat Jamarcus Russell.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just never know. I do think that he's got to get it done this week, just like Megaton said, and I think he will get it done this week. I think he gets back on page with Chase. I don't think they're going to have T. Higgins, but, I mean, they still got Tyler Boyd. They still got Joe Mixon. They got more than enough weapons to beat the Cardinals. So, yeah, give me the Bengals in this one, 27-20 over the Cardinals.
All righty. Waz, who you got? Cards, Bengals.
Yeah, I gotta rock with the Cards in this actually, because to me they've actually shown life throughout the year. Cincinnati's had a couple of duds so far this season. Until Joe Burrow looks right, I don't think this team's that good. I think Burrow was able to cover up a lot of the deficiencies with this team over the last couple of years. But if he's not healthy, if he's not really has the pocket presence and a kind of ability to move around just a little bit, I think the rest of this team falls. He can't. I mean, Jamar Chase is amazing, but I mean, he can't even throw it that far deep or downfield for him to make those plays even right now at the stand. And I think the Cardinals obviously, I think there was a lot of low expectations for this team, but like you've been kind of expressing a lot, DreadMan. They've been playing very hard every single game, and they've been in these games like that. The last week against the Niners, that was could have been a close game. It was only I think it was like a 4 or 5 point game at one point, and they missed a 2-point conversion. And then after that, the Niners just blew the brakes off of them. But up until that first half, they kept it close, but they just didn't have the horses to carry on. But I think at home against this Bengals team, I think they're gonna win. This could be a close game. I'm not expecting the Cards to smoke the Bengals by any means, but I think the Cardinals are at least more competitive. Has been playing that way at least. So give me the Cardinals. Take care of business. I want to say 23-17.
All righty. Next up, this is a very interesting matchup here. You got the LA Rams at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia got a couple of scrappy, questionable wins, and the Rams, like I said, they fought, last week against a team who a lot of people expected them to just, walk right in there over. But no. This game is going to be interesting because, all right, if this game goes the Rams' way, is that going to say more about Philly or is that going to say more about the Rams? If the Rams come away with the win, I think it's going to say more about the Rams. I think that it's going to say that they're a more slept-on team people give them credit for, as opposed to the Eagles being quote-unquote exposed. Because we already know that the Eagles. I mean, anybody could drop a game, but I think that if Philly were to drop a game, it would be this one. You know what? I'm going to be bold. I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one to the Rams. I think Philly takes the first L here. Give me the Rams over the Eagles. Let's just say 28-27. Megaton, who you got? Eagles, Rams.
Eagles, Rams. Man, I am part of the Puka fan club, first of all. I just want to say, I think if this wasn't such a quarterback-driven league, he has a legitimate argument right now to be number one in the Rookie of the Year category.
Right.
He's setting records left and right. Like, nobody's caught as many passes as him. Justin Jefferson had a hell of a run his rookie year too, and made it really close to offensive player like Rookie of the Year. Like, can we give Puka his credit right now?
Absolutely.
That may change when they get Cooper Kupp back, but as of now, that man is running away with shit. And I love to see it, man. I love a good wide receiver. So that's that. I think, you still got Aaron Donald that can mess up an offensive playbook any day. And I haven't seen Philly's line doing that great of a job and being consistent this year like they've been in the other years before. And that's no diss to Kelsey and them, but they're not really protecting the same way that they were for the past 2 years. Even though that they've got Swift running crazy over people still, I think the pass is a little suspect right there in the pass blocking. That said, though, I think there's too many weapons on the Philly side, and I don't trust Matthew Stafford in big games like this. I've seen him too many times shit the bed in situations like this. Even if it's at home, I think it's going to be close. So I'm kind of with you on that, Jay. Like, I think it's going to be a really close game, but I think too many weapons on Philly's offense, and Philly's defense is tough. I think Aaron Donald's going to wreck some things, so it's going to make the scheme look a little different. But give it to him in a close one, and I think it's going to be an amusing game. I think we're going to put points on the board because they got two of the best wide receivers in the game right now, if I'm going to count what Puka's doing, like, just to put him up there. And then on the other side, I mean, look at the wide receivers you got with Devontae over there on one side, and we already know the legend on the other side. So what you really going to do to stop that Philly offense? I don't know that it's going to happen that easily. So let's go with 31-28.
All right.
And Philly.
All righty. All right, Flip, who you got? Eagles, Rams.
Yeah, I agree with what Megatron is saying. I think it's going to be high scoring. I think both of these teams are capable of putting up big points. Like Waz was alluding to, though, the Eagles have a habit of letting teams that shouldn't beat them stay in this game. And like he was saying, they're going to come across a team that can actually, be as high-powered as they are. And I think this week that's that Rams team. I think with the way Matt Stafford has been playing, he's been looking for a guy he can kind of rely on in those quick passing games. He hasn't had that really yet. He's getting that back with Cooper Kupp. I think Puka's going to be that guy on the outside. I think it's going to look like Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, but maybe even better. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they mesh together on the field. If it's anything, I think this is going to help the Rams offense a lot. We already got Kyron Williams. He's looking like the best thing they've had since Todd Gurley. He can do it all. He's a 3-down back. He's been their workhorse. He's been their receiving back. He's doing it all for them. That offense, it looks good. It's just, I think the missing piece was that Matt Stafford was trying to rely on Tyler Higbee to be that short passing guy, and now he's got Cooper Kupp back. So he's got options. He can get that ball out quick. Now he can make sure that they respect the deep ball because we've seen Puka get behind those defenders and beat them pretty badly. So I think this might be the game where we see the Eagles take their first L. So give me the Rams in this one. I think both defenses they'll have significant plays, but I just think it's going to be a shootout. Give me the Rams, though, 33-30 over the Eagles.
Wow, all right. And Waz, who you got? Eagles, Rams.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning with the upset here. I think the Rams can have a good puncher's chance to beat the Eagles. I don't think this is a team that Philadelphia can kind of mess around with and just kind of pull a victory out at the end. This Rams team's pretty solid. Like I said, that rookie wide receiver is just putting up terrific numbers. And I'll be curious to see how that brotherly shove / tush push does against Aaron Donald and the defensive line. That'll definitely be interesting to see if they can actually make that work against them. But yeah, it is hard to defend otherwise. I don't know what to say about the Eagles. They just haven't looked like they did last year offensively. Hurts and that receiving core, they're all talented, but it has not clicked the way it did last year. And we'll see. Well, they're gonna come together at some point. I think they're too talented not to. I just don't know if it's going to be this week against Los Angeles. I think the Rams. The coach, well coached. They got some players. I think if you're looking at this from a betting standpoint, I think I think it looks like Philly's favored by 4.5. I would definitely take the points. I think the Rams could potentially win this game outright. I know Los Angeles isn't really a great home stadium, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of Philly fans there. Might go Philly
Hey, Wallace, let me ask you a quick question too. While you there, man. Who do you have with more yards and receptions? Do you have legend over there, AJ?
That's a good one.
Or do you have Puka the rookie?
The Puka the rookie right now.
So do I. If I'm a betting man in fantasy, that's who I take over him.
I love it. I'll take the rookie too. But, you know, you got a legend over there. I want to see what happens. So this is going to be interesting. I think they'll have a wide receiver shootout. That's why I had the score so high. But
Definitely.
Yeah, the Philly secondary is not that. It can be thrown on. I mean, we saw that with Washington. So I mean, the Rams could for sure do damage too. Give me for my score in this game. I get it. Could definitely be high scoring. Give me the Rams to win this close game. I'm going to say 31-28.
All right. And next up, we got the Toilet Bowl. We got the New York Jets going up against the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos have underachieved and disappointed the hell out of me this season. And we have an Aaron Rodgers-less Jets, you know. I mean, now mind you, Zach Wilson he's been okay. He's not, you know, a top-tier quarterback. But the thing is, the only thing that's really kept him alive is maybe he make a couple splash plays here and there, and they have somewhat of a running game. But other than that, they're not that good. But this is going to be a team who sucks. This is going to be a game of who sucks less. And this is a home game for the Broncos. So if the Broncos don't win here, we got a serious problem. But I'm going to go ahead and actually, you know, man, do I really want to do that? Do I really want to take the Jets over the Broncos? Man. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it this time because I just don't trust the Broncos to hold on to a lead worth a damn. Give me the Jets over the Broncos. And I would normally never do this in a million damn years. Normally I wouldn't. It's just the Broncos disappointed me way too much this year. Give me the Jets over the Broncos 23-17. Yeah, short, sweet, and to the point. Megaton, who you got? Broncos, Jets.
I'm going Jets, and I'll tell you why. Jabril Peppers is going to have a fucking field day.
I agree.
It's going to be really bad. That defense on the Jets has too much pride, and they're actually really good. Like, this is a really, really good defense, and they almost lost to the Bears, man. Like, stop. Like, full stop, man. I love my team and all, but they almost lost to the Bears last week, and they were getting pretty well handled. So I honestly think that, if they play this right, you can get this off, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, not Jabril Peppers. I messed up. I said the wrong damn name. Excuse me. But, yeah, no. I mean, just from a defensive standpoint, with Shaq and them, they're going to kill these dudes.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be close. And I think, you know, the wide receiver situation, I think you can find space against that Denver secondary. So maybe Garrett gets his joint off this week. Maybe he actually gets some numbers. Who knows? That's what I'm feeling. And I'm sorry I said the wrong damn person.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the wrong person. So give me the Jets in a stinker. 17-14.
All right. Flip, who you got? Jets, Broncos.
Oh, Jets Broncos. This is a terrible game.
Yeah, toilet bowl.
Oh man, we got a lot of stinkers this week.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, man, it's hard to bet against either of these teams, really. I mean, you got the Broncos who love to make a comeback every damn game, it feels like, and then you got the Jets on the other hand, who, I mean, defensively they're great. Offensively, it's hard to tell. It feels like if Aaron Rodgers is in the building, maybe, just maybe, Zach Wilson will show up.
Yeah.
Maybe he's channeling his powers as Zach Wilson or something.
Yeah.
But, or maybe the Chiefs are just that bad, which I honestly, I think it's just the Chiefs' defense is a little, it's a little underwhelming. I mean, I can't really say much about the Broncos' defense anyway.
Yeah.
Wilson might have another game. I won't lie. This might be another game where we see Zach Wilson just ball out. But as much as I want to say Russ is not that guy anymore, he's been having a pretty quiet year.
Yeah.
And I think we can all agree that...
I don't think he's the problem 100%, but yeah, go on.
I definitely don't agree that Russ has improved since last year. It's just that team as a whole is just it's not great.
Yeah.
I think they're not using one of their best receivers in Marvin Mims enough. I don't think Javonte Williams is fully healed, so he's not looking that great in that backfield. And you got Samaje Perine backing him up. I think they had somebody else take over for him in the last game against the Bears. I forget, I don't know his name, but yeah. I kind of have to lean towards the Jets in this one, just because I think we've seen that this Broncos defense it's susceptible to a lot of bad quarterbacks doing good on them. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to that one. I'm gonna stick to the Jets winning this low-scoring game. I'll say 19-16 over the Broncos.
All right. Wow, so you got Broncos, Jets.
I like the Jets in this game. I like the Jets really well. I think they take care of business. I think they again they had a tough loss last week against the Chiefs. Zach Wilson played the best game of his career, and that was a solid. Chiefs defense is pretty solid. Zach Wilson was able to play that well on prime time. And now he's got this, cookie cutter, just a freaking easy domino fall over of a secondary in the Broncos. He's going to cut through them, I think, pretty easily. I mean, he should look good against them. The Broncos, the secondary is not great, and I would expect Zach to maybe put possibly even a better game than he did against the Chiefs. To be honest, if he can't put up even a solid game, there's going to definitely be some questions, and they're definitely going to need to reevaluate that QB position for the year, especially if they should have done that provided they lost against the Chiefs, but he had a pretty good game, so it's kind of hard. It kind of worked out for him in that case, but I think they're gonna. I think they were saying that they're going to give Bryce Hall. They're not going to put him on a pitch count, so they might unleash Hall as well. And defensively, I mean, Russell Wilson has been having a pretty solid season so far this year, but they've been playing some pretty crap defenses, and this is going to be again one of the better defenses that they have to play. They got Sauce there in the backfield. I think Tony Adams is coming back. They're pretty solid up there. I think they're going to handle that Broncos front line. Give me the Jets to win this game. I'm gonna say Jets 28, Broncos 23.
Wow, you got a lot of high scoring than most of us do.
And my stat correction, I'm sorry, that should have been Sauce and C.J. Mosley, not Jabril Peppers, so I apologize.
There we go. You're good. Thank you for the correction. Next up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs going on the road against the underachieving Minnesota Vikings. Now, I've said the same thing. Vikings have disappointed me this year, but, Kirk Cousins is Mr. Bipolar. You don't know what the hell you're going to get out of him, despite all the weapons he has. I swear to God, Justin Jefferson is his saving grace. That's his cloak of levitation, basically. But, yeah. And, but the thing is, what good is he going to be if the Chiefs are an offensive juggernaut on multiple sides of the ball? Well, yeah, they're an offensive juggernaut. They're not one-trick ponies. Well, you could say they are, but, they have more than one guy. They have more than one go-to guy on the offensive side of the ball. And it's no secret, but Patrick Mahomes at 50% is probably better than Kirk Cousins at 100%, if I'm being bold here. But yeah, the only hope that the Vikings have is just making sure the time of possession is on their side and hope that the defense on the Chiefs side lays an egg. But I just don't see that happening. Go ahead and give me the Chiefs in this one, 31-21 over the Vikings. Megaton, who you got? Vikings, Chiefs.
Chiefs. Yeah, give me the Chiefs, and that's going to be pretty easy for me too. I don't believe in the Vikings. They've been underachieving all year. I feel like this might be the year, or this might be the time when you actually get like a Sky Moore sighting. I think Travis Kelce's going to get a lot of attention, so hopefully it opens up for one of those wide receivers to actually step up and do something well. Who knows? Maybe even a Justin Watson sighting, but somebody somewhere has to do it for the Chiefs, and I think they'll get that score off. I do think Justin Jefferson gets off this game, as always. I think he'll have a solid game against the secondary, but I don't trust the Minnesota defense. I also don't trust the running game. Matson hasn't looked that great this year. I think they're missing Dalvin Cook, and they probably wish they would have kept him for an extra year or so.
Oh, absolutely.
So let me get the Chiefs in this one, probably 28 to, let's give them 24. 28-24.
Alrighty. All right, Flip, who you got? Chiefs, Vikings.
Man. Damn. Chiefs, Vikings, man. Nah, I gotta go with the Vikings. No,
Really?
I gotta go with the Chiefs.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As much as I like Justin Jefferson, I don't like Alexander Madison. I don't like Kirk Cousins. I don't like what's his name, Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah.
I don't like this Vikings defense. All they do is blitz, and that is not going to work on Patrick Mahomes at all. I can't go with the Vikings. I got to go with the Chiefs. I know they ain't got really any receivers except Travis Kelce. But, I mean, Mahomes is going to have a field day unless his receivers keep dropping the ball. All he has to do is short pass. Pocket's going to collapse. He's just going to run out for 15 yards or something. It's going to happen the entire game. Eventually, they'll let Sky Moore get loose, and he'll hit him for a deep ball or something. I know this Chiefs defense had Zach Wilson looking like Aaron Rodgers, but Kirk Cousins has not been Mr. Reliable. I can't rely on him to beat Patrick Mahomes. I think both of these defenses aren't great, and I'm not taking Kirk Cousins in a shootout over Mahomes. I don't care that he has Justin Jefferson. He's always Mr. Fumble, so give me the Chiefs in this one. I'll say 24-20 over the Vikings.
All righty. Why? So you got Chiefs, Vikings.
I want this to be definitely documented. I think that this could be an upset game.
Oh, okay.
I think Minnesota. I'm not gonna pick. I don't want to pick Minnesota, but I just want to go on. I want to be on the record saying I think Minnesota could win this game.
So you think it's going to be a trap? So you think it could be a potential trap game for the Chiefs?
I was thinking that, but then I was looking at who they had ahead, and they had the Broncos after this. I don't know if you can call this a trap game because they're definitely not looking ahead to the Broncos. Maybe the next game, the Broncos, they might be looking ahead to the Chargers, and that next week might be a trap game for sure. But this Minnesota, the thing is it's just the Chiefs haven't looked right offensively. They haven't looked right offensively, just except for when they played the Bears. Realistically, they put up 23 against New York. They put up 17 against Jacksonville. They put up 20 against Detroit. They haven't looked right. Mahomes does not have the receivers. This has kind of been like the worst kind of season for him by the standpoint of what he's able to do with his weapons. Kelce, obviously, the best tight end in the league, but by and large, they don't have a good running game. Pacheco is okay, but if you're looking at this from at least for an offensive standpoint, I mean, other than the quarterback and tight end, even though people crap on Cousins is still having a pretty solid year.
Yeah, but look at his weapons. Solid. Look at his weapons. They have a lot to do with it. He's got good
weapons.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of good weapons, but he's making use of them. The only thing that's giving me though is the Chiefs defense. Chiefs defense is pretty solid. I think they're definitely picking up the slack due to the lack of wide receiver talent that Mahomes is dealing with. It's the only reason why I'm going to give the Chiefs the edge here. And give them the victory. But I just want to come back to this next week. If this is like a big upset. I would not be surprised. I think this could definitely be an upset in the making. But give me Kansas City to win this though. If Kansas City wins this game, I want to say 27-21.
I'm gonna keep a close eye on this game just because you said that. I can see the Chiefs dropping it and overlooking them just because the Vikings are 3-1. I'm gonna keep a close eye on this game just because you said that.
Yeah.
All right, next up, primetime Sunday night. You got the Dallas Cowboys going up against the 49ers. Now, for some reason, for the last decade or so, the 49ers have been the Cowboys' kryptonite. And I don't think, as good as the Cowboys are this year, I hate to admit it, but as good as they are, I think the tradition continues. That does not change. I think the Niners are going to continue to be the Cowboys' kryptonite, unless Mike McCarthy could pull some kind of a magical rabbit out of his hat, which I don't see. But thing is, the 49ers, man, they got too many weapons. Ain't nobody on the Dallas Cowboys defense stopping no damn Christian McCaffrey. It's not happening. And they got Brandon Ayuk, and they got George Kittle, who is 100% healthy. Who's stopping them? Nobody. I mean, the thing is,
Michael Parsons is good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say that.
But see, here's the thing: it's going to be a shootout between Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott. It's also going to be as to which defense can get to which quarterback first, and do they have a backup plan for that? Man, I think this is going to be a relatively close game. But the thing is, I mean, the Cowboys beat up on the Patriots last week, but guess what? The Niners are not the Patriots. So go ahead and give me the Niners 31-27 over the Cowboys. Megatel, who you got? Cowboys, Niners.
Cowboys. Like you talked a little bit about the offense. I'm going to talk about there's a dude named Fred Warner who likes to beat people to death. There's a dude named Drake Greenlaw gets down thoroughly. There's also this dude named Nick Bosa who puts a lot of pressure on quarterbacks that I think everyone might have heard of. That San Francisco defense is a monster defense. And when I say monsters, it's like, I mean, you got Javarius Ward back there in the backfield. You got issues with that defense, period. So me thinking Dak Prescott, Mr. I throw turnovers randomly to bad teams, is not going to have at least a fumble and an interception this game. Like, what's the over-under on Dak turnovers? I'm going to put it at, what, Stephen A. said he's going to throw 2 interceptions. I'm not going to go that far, but I'm going to say the over-under is 2, and I think there's a strong 2 turnovers for Dak easily. So the shootout idea, I think that's overwhelming. I also think, we still got Debo if he comes back and actually plays and actually is healthy right now. You got Ayuk having a resurgence, going crazy. You got Kittle's coming back, doing what he does, and then you have Christian McCaffrey who scores a touchdown every damn game for the past 7 or 8 games or something ridiculous like that. No. This ain't. I'm sorry. Dallas is not winning, and I think it's probably going to be a higher difference than you think in that too. Even though I trust Dallas's defense, I don't trust them against this many weapons on the offensive side, and Purdy's been a pretty good game manager. So give me the 49ers. Let's take this up to, I want to say it gets embarrassing. So I'm going to say 35-21.
Alrighty. All right, Flip, who you got? Cowboys, Niners.
Oh, Cowboys, Niners?
Yes, sir.
Give me the Niners in this one. The Cowboys can't do a damn thing in the red zone. They've been struggling against defenses in the red zone that suck. So you put the Niners on them. Their linebackers are crazy. The D-line is crazy. You could say the secondary is questionable, but even then, it's just like, I think they put in work in the secondary. We talk offensively. You got Christian McCaffrey, like Megaton said, he's scoring every single game. He's taking over every single game. And when you got a guy like that in the backfield, you got Brock Purdy. He doesn't look like he's ever having a problem in the pocket. He's got the weapons. He's got Debo. He's got Ayuk. He's got Kittle. Hell, they got Kyle Juszczyk.
Yeah, I forgot all about him.
They got the schemes from Shanahan. Everything is looking like it should be the Niners' year finally. As long as Christian McCaffrey stays healthy, I think he's probably the strongest piece on this team. If we're being honest, he can do it all, and he's not being wasted away in Carolina anymore.
Yeah.
When I look at the Cowboys, I mean, defensively, I think the Cowboys, at their best, they might be, number one, and everybody else is just trying to get to them. But you lose Diggs in the secondary. Micah Parsons is banged up. And it's not like you can rely on Dak in this offense when we've seen it the last few games. Either the defense scores for them, or we see that they struggle in the red zone. They'll get to that side of the field, but you can't settle for field goals against the 49ers.
No.
So yeah, it's a no-brainer for me on this one. Unless the Cowboys finally turn it around in the red zone, I just don't see it happening. Give me the Niners in this one, 35-20 over the Cowboys.
Alrighty. Wise, Niners, Cowboys. Who you got? Primetime.
I have to pick San Francisco. And I don't think enough's being said about what Purdy's been for this team. Has not yet lost a regular season game. Obviously really hasn't lost an 8 game that he's actually played in full.
Yeah.
He makes this offense click. I would say him and Christian McCaffrey. I think both are the two most important parts of this team. Once the Niners got Christian McCaffrey, things definitely changed. Things picked up. And then when you have a quarterback who doesn't make careless turnovers, does not throw stupid interceptions, he has a great leadership qualities. People throw some digs on him just for people still doubt him. People still think he's got the talent, arm strength. They think it's all Kyle Shanahan. To an extent, I'm sure it definitely helps, but this guy definitely has the it factor. He's got the intangibles wherever you might not see on film in terms of arm strength and mobility. He's even still mobile. He's still fairly mobile actually, but he's just got the intangibles. He's got the it factor. This will be a good test for him. The Niners have had a somewhat easy schedule, and I'll definitely admit to that. But it's definitely funny when Cowboys fans try to bring it up, provided that they lost to the Cardinals and the Niners smoked the Cardinals. That was pretty funny, but. To me, I do think there's some merit to it. This will be a tough defense, the toughest defense that they've faced so far this season. I am going to be curious to see how the Niners can deal with Micah Parsons. They've done pretty well in the past against him in the postseason. They do a pretty good job. Offensive line, Trent Williams, he's again solid. I think that the issue is going to be is this defensively. Dak is going to have some issues. He's going to be in trouble with that pressure. Bosa hasn't even been really playing that well yet. This could be a game prime time where he gets a few sacks. He gets up for big time games. So I fully expect this to be a long night for Dak. And hopefully, again, I think the Niners offensively will continue to click. I believe they scored almost 30. I think they scored 30 plus in every game so far this season.
Yeah.
So for them to do that against Dallas, that'll be definitely impressive. So yeah, give me the Niners to win this game. I'm going to say 34-27.
All right. And last but not least, Monday Night Football. You got the Green Bay Packers going on the road against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders have not impressed me this year, aside from Devontae Adams. He's the anchor of he's the anchor of their offense. Their secondary ain't scary anymore. They don't really, Jimmy G. I don't know what his status is. I think he is playing, but I think even if he does play, he's not really going to make that big of an impact. Packers are pretty solid. The thing is, I like Jordan Love. I really do. And I think Aaron Jones is playing this game, and if so, then he's going to run the ball all the way down the damn throats. And all the Packers defense, they don't got to do anything amazing. They just got to be serviceable. All they got to do is just contain Jimmy G or whoever's lining up, behind those O linemen. So short, sweet, and to the point. Go ahead and give me the Packers 24-20 over the Raiders. Megaton, who you got? Raiders, Packers.
Raiders, Packers.
Oh, this is me in the hate train, man. As long as we don't have Aiden O'Connell starting for them, and you get Jimmy G back, I think, Devontae Adams wants to do it to his old team, and he's been up to his antics, man. He's been getting his receptions. He's been getting his numbers.
Yeah.
I think this might be a game when Josh Jacobs could get on track. I mean, even last game in the loss, he still had over 100 yards from scrimmage, something like 8 receptions or something. And then, about 50, 60 yards rushing. So I believe the Raiders can do this, and I also hate the Packers with all of my soul, and I don't want them to have another good quarterback again because it's just unfair to my Bears. So I'm going with the Raiders in this one just purely off of hatred of the Packers, and I'm going to go with, let me get a 24-21 close one.
All right. Flip, who you got? Raiders, Packers.
All right, so first off, it's not Jimmy G, it's Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
A certain someone
told me. I told you that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he got to earn the G.
Yeah, he's not G until proven otherwise.
He got to earn it.
Correct. That reminded me, my brother.
Yeah.
I gotta stay consistent.
Mr. Garoppolo. So yeah.
But yeah, the funny part is here, Megaton is out of hate. Going for the Packers or going for the Raiders. Out of hate, I am going for the Packers.
Yeah, because you're a Chargers fan.
The Raiders.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Bye
week this week, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a close game.
Y'all got an early bye week, by the way.
Game. Both of these teams, I feel like, are both like, they're about even to me. I think Devontae Adams is single-handedly carrying that offense, but you got Josh Jacobs there, who I don't want to write him off, but he does have his moments where he balls out, and sometimes he kind of disappears. I think that's more so the game script than him.
Yeah.
But on the other side, I mean, you do got Jordan Love. It looks like he's having a great time with Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson and all those guys in the receiving game. Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon have been a little underwhelming this year, but, I mean, we know what they can do. This Raiders team isn't some team where I'm like, man, they could shut down the entire Packers offense, but also without Jair Alexander in that secondary for the Packers, I'm not really a big fan of that defense right now. So I feel like this game is, I don't think it's going to be high scoring.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to be low scoring, but I think it's going to be, it has potential to be game.
I also want to throw out something else before you even finish that. This is an away game for the Packers.
Yeah.
They've been locked up there in Wisconsin, and now they're going to spend a whole weekend in Vegas.
Yeah.
Just let that be known. There's going to be some dehydration on that field and some extra cramping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you might be right there. Hold on. Man, Jordan Love better be in his Kobe bag then.
Oh, absolutely.
Either way, I gotta go with my hate for the Raiders. I gotta go with Jordan Love here. Plus, I got him on my fantasy team, so I need him to produce some points. Yeah, give me the Packers in this 24-23 over the Raiders. If Jimmy Garoppolo's playing, Aiden O'Connell's playing, that might be even worse. Even though he kind of do look like Derek Carr if you really go. Maybe.
Yeah. All right, Waz. Raiders, Packers. Who you got?
I like the Packers in this game. That is a good point that Megaton mentioned about the Las Vegas stay and the casino nights and the free drinks that could potentially play a factor on this Monday night. But
I think they got disciplined.
I think Green Bay's coming off a tough loss. Divisional opponent last week. I know they're on the road, but They still have some high expectations. I think I like them defensively. I like the defense better than the Raiders. Love, I'm still bored. Love is one of those guys I haven't made a decision on whether or not yet. I think I still need a few more games before I can make that determination. Watson, Christian Watson, just getting into the groove of things back to last week. Maybe they start getting more into a rhythm in this game. There's obviously the potential for a revenge game with Adams, but I just don't think he has the quarterback that can help him get to that, get those stats off and get those yards off against this Packers defense, whether it is Garoppolo or Aiden. So give me the Packers. I think the Packers rebound after that tough loss last week against Detroit. I think they win this game on the road. Could be a close game. Give me Packers 24-21.
All right. Well, gentlemen, that wraps it up for our Week 5 prediction / Week 4 recap. You guys any final thoughts before we sign out tonight?
What's the over/under on Packers players possibly getting arrested or found in the drunk tank on Sunday morning?
2-1.
I'm going to at least like 1 or 2.
2-1. Yeah.
I'm saying, man, like, let's think about this for a second.
All right. I mean, I think that might be more disciplined than that.
Last minute out, man. Over/under on that. I'm gonna go 2.
2-1.
Take the over. I think it's gonna be at least 2 of them that's gonna be slumped, and then you're gonna see an injury that looks like an injury, but it's just cramps from being drunk.
Yeah, that might be it.
Could be someone some Jordan flu game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, anywho, boys and girls, that'll be this week's episode of the 4th and Goal podcast. Thank you guys on YouTube land for watching. It'll be up on my Spotify tomorrow. Yes, I have Spotify now for my podcast, and I also have also other social media. Follow me on Twitter as well. Flip, Waz, Megaton, thank you guys for helping me to show. Y'all have been the best, and guess what? I will see y'all next week.
I'm over the chase.
Thanks for having me.